everybody, I'm Joey. Welcome to Create with Joey Facebook Live today, my class to go. I do a weekly class to go and I show 3 cards, sometimes 4 depending on what I'm working on and what's new. And that's it. So today we're going to look at Adoring Hearts. So this is a stamp set from Stampin' Up. I know it's backwards there and there's a lot of glare. I'm right in front of a window, but I'll put it down here so you can see it once we get started. So welcome. When you jump on, say hi. Even if you're watching on YouTube later or watching replay, I still would love for you to say hello, and I'll come back and say hello to you too. Let us know where you're from. Sometimes we can make friends that we have connections with just on where they live. So let me go ahead and pull up my my page on my iPad here in front. So once I get all the technology going, we can go ahead and I can show you my cards, and I think you'll be excited to see how this bundle works. Except I got to get the sound off of my iPad. Now my laptop here, so I have to get that going so I can see your comments. So it just takes a moment. I hope you're watching from someplace warmer today. We're absolutely freezing cold. In Lincoln, Nebraska, I don't know if it's even above 0 yet today. It might be. We're trying to get warmer, but we're not getting there quite yet. Okay, so now I see myself on my laptop. So, and I see a comment. Hi, Kathy. So Kathy joined me. I'm late today. So sorry for those of you that watch live. I know you're used to me coming on at 12:30 on time, and today was just a morning where everything kind of went Murphy's Law way, and it took longer to get going. But we're ready now, so I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera down so you can see my workspace. I just have to click a toolbar that I'm not seeing. Here it is. Here we go. And then this one, and then I'll go upside down, and then you'll be right side up. So here we go. Okay, I might be a little close to the workspace. I might need to hang on, I'm going to raise up my camera for a minute, so it's going to be kind of moving around. So if motion bothers you, don't look for a moment. We'll get this straightened around a bit. Can't tell exactly what it's doing now. Let's go this way. Or should I go the other way? Yeah, that was the right way. Still not getting my whole work surface in there, but we're going to go ahead and go with that. I think it'll be okay. I'm working on my glass mat today. This is a part of a suite of products. So it's called the Glass Mat Studio. So it's a glass mat. Oh gosh, my phone's so crooked. Sorry about that. Last night was my team meeting and we moved my stand around at my team meeting to do demonstrations for those on Zoom that can't be with us in person. And now, gosh, I can't get straight. Sorry, I'll keep working at this until it gets straight. That's a little bit better. There we go. And this is crooked, so that doesn't help. But this is a glass mat that it's really large, it's really heavy, it's tempered glass. It's so nice to work on. You can get this mat if you'd like to join Stampin' Up right now. So, you get this really wonderful little silicone mat. I'll use it today and show you some things that I'm doing to use it. Sorry, gonna keep moving this till I get where it needs to be. And then you have measurements. You have centimeters on 2 sides, and you have imperial on 2 sides, and obviously the grid, which is so nice. I always stamp on grid paper from my scrap paper, but this is permanent. I don't have to keep changing my paper. It also comes with a cleaning mat. I haven't even opened it yet because I'm just starting to play with my with all of this, so I get used to it, because I really, honestly, to be truthful, I really never used a glass mat before. So I'm learning to use it and learning the pluses of it. I'm going to move my host code so you can see it better. This is a host code to use if you'd like to get this class for free. I'll give you 2 of everything I'm making today, plus an embellishment if your order is over $50. So this is the Adoring Hearts, and I'm feeling like we don't have enough light. I turned off my overhead lights because I didn't want them to glare on the mat, so I'm kind of moving my lights up. Then that really does glare. So let's move that this way maybe. Let's see if that helps. Okay, if it's too dark, we'll just, I'll go back and turn overhead lights on. So hopefully you can see. I'll keep readjusting here to get in the view. All right, so let's get going. This is the bundle. So this bundle comes with this Adoring Heart stamp set, which has these beautiful greetings in it. I'm using it today for Valentine's, but it does not have to be Valentine's. And it's paired with these wonderful, fabulous dies and this embossing folder. We're going to use all of these today so that you can see how they all work together. And it's really fun. I was kind of amazed. I bought this bundle because I did want to have more Valentine-ish things around this time of year other than just the Be My Valentine with a little bee set. But I am thrilled that I bought this, and I'll show you why. First of all, this die alone is worth the price because this cuts out 9 hearts at a time. You don't have to. Obviously, you can cut fewer if you just make your cardstock smaller. But I did a swap card with this where it had 4 hearts on it, and it was a breeze to do it with this die. But I'll show you how all this works together. Now, the other thing I wanted to show today is our brayer has come back. We haven't had a brayer for quite a few years. They were so popular when I first started stamping about 20 years ago. This is our new brayer, and it has, well, right now it has my hair on it, which we don't want that for what we're going to do today. And let me get that. And it has a stand. So you can see the stand right here so that you can set it down on your workspace and not get ink on your workspace. So there's that. Let's go ahead and brayer. I'll show you what we're going to do with this. So I'm going to take, for this card, I'm going to take Flirty Flamingo ink, and I actually am going to put it right on my little mat here. I'm going to get this maybe further out of the way. Let me bring this forward a little bit so you can see it better. And now I'm going to put the legs going up, and then I'm just going to brayer like that. Now I'm going across and up, across and up, across and up. I'm not going back and forth like that. And I'm going to go ahead and turn this. And this rubber mat holds my ink pad in place really well, so that's really nice. I'm going to get this really well brayered. And then we're going to go directly, I'm going to move this now for a minute so it'll be out of the picture, but I need the space to show you my embossing folder, which is kind of hard to see in the video. But now I'm just going to brayer my hearts. And I'm going to just make sure I go over them really, really well. And then I'm going to go back. I'm re-inking. And then I'm going to go on this side as well. I want both sides, and I'll show you why once we go through the embossing or the die cut and embossing machine. Okay, I'm going to go try and make sure I'm really thorough. Now I'm going to actually do it again, my inking again, so I know it's probably noisy in the video with me, the brayer, but I'm going to go across like this too. I just want to make sure I have really good coverage everywhere. So one side of our images are going to be embossed, and one side is going to be debossed. And now I'm realizing I don't think I pulled out a piece of white paper, so I'll have to cut a piece of white paper really quick for this. Or did I? Hang on, maybe I did. Nope, I didn't. So let me grab some basic white. And then I'll grab my trimmer. I'm going to set this aside for just a minute. Grab my trimmer. Now, one thing I've learned about this embossing folder is if I put my paper at 5.5 by 5.5, I can cut all those hearts at one time. So that's how I'm going to cut this one. Maybe it's just as well I didn't have it done ahead of time so that you could see what size you needed. Okay, now since I let this sit for a minute, I'm going to ink one more time just to make sure I'm refreshing the ink because I had to go ahead and cut my paper for it. But let me just keep going here. Just redo it. You just want to make sure you do this really well so that everything has good coverage. Because there are some little tiny hearts. You can't really see those, I don't think yet, but you will see them once I emboss this. So now what we're going to do is take this die and then we're going to put it on the side where the Stampin' Up! Logo is. So can you see the logo here? Get my hand out of the way. So now I'm going to set this down and then I'm just going to move it just a little bit and it finds a place to sink in. Does that make sense? So you just have to kind of move it until you feel like it gets into that groove and then it's ready to go. Now I am going to take a little piece of Post-it tape and I am going to tape this down just because I want to make sure it doesn't move. Okay, so now we're just going to put down our 5.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. I'm going to close this carefully and then I'm going to try not to move it while I get my die cutting machine out. So for your Stampin' Up, if you have your Stampin' Up! Die cutting machine, you want your base plate and then your 3D embossing folder. This has a die in it. And then we're going to put the folded edge of the folder in first. Then we're going to put our plate 4 on top. And now we're going to go ahead and run it through. I know it's kind of close to the camera, and I'm going to go back. Oh, that's a big push right at the end. So maybe I will go back. I thought, well, maybe I wouldn't go back. It's just awkward, the position of my die cutting machine when I'm doing video. So it's hard to turn. Okay, let's see what we have here. So we're going to open up and then we have all these hearts that are debossed and embossed. So you can see this side, it's just the ink is in the outline of the image, and on this side the ink is on the inside of the image. So that's how I did it because I wasn't quite sure when I started designing with this what side I really wanted to use. So now look, I have all these hearts. I mean, I've got 9 hearts to make cards with. And I think that's actually, as I said, worth the price of the whole bundle just for that. So I have all this. In fact, when I was making these, I was going to show you my frames. So I cut out, I did this for, this one is Clipsal Coral, which we just did. And then this one is Pool Party. And then this one was, I think, Real Red, a darker one. But you could use these if you took these and you wanted to make like a little home decor, that you could frame this, or you could do it in a darker color and frame it. I was trying to find a piece of red. Hang on, let me grab something. Okay, I don't have red handy, but I'm just going to grab this. And you could start your home decor piece with something like this and then put whatever you'd like in the hearts and then a greeting there. I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm going to do that because I think it's really cool the way it cuts out even the frame. So we've got that. And then I was just going to show you, look at all the things that I cut out just because I cut out everything at one time, and then I just have it in a little baggie to use. But that's, I think, what's really great about this this bundle, the Adoring Hearts bundle. I'm going to go ahead and close my ink pad. I'm going to get this die cutting stuff out of the way. And then we're going to go ahead and make our first card. So hang on a second. Okay, we are going to take a piece of Basic White Thick. Let me get, this is my light. I'll move it and see if we can get better. Less glaring. Not quite yet. I keep going with that. Let's see if we can get it to shed light but not be glaring. And I know there's dark right here. I'll have to figure out how to do lighting better, I think, for our Facebook Live because of the glare. Now, this is not meant to be something to video on, the glass mat. It is for crafting. So, and it's perfect for that. I'm really enjoying crafting with it, not having to put down grid paper. I'm going to move this just one more time so it's more centered. There we go. And I'm finding, you know, you can write on this with markers and all that stuff and wipe it right off. It wipes off adhesive, nothing sticks to it. We're going to take a piece of Basic White Thick. This is 4 1/4 by 11. 11, yes, I think it's the whole length of the cardstock, yes. And then I scored it at 1 1/4, and you probably can't see that. So I scored it at 1 1/4 here, and then 5 1/2. So those are my two score lines. I'm going to just go ahead and fold this back because this is going to make our gift card holder for this project. So I'm just going to fold this back, and then I'm going to actually go ahead, I'm going to glue this with just a very thin strip of Tombow liquid glue. I think you can see what I'm doing, but I'm sorry it's so dark. I had to figure out how to do that. Maybe if I move my light over here, let's see if that shows. No, it doesn't show, so it's better. I think that's helpful. Okay, so let's go ahead and push this down. I didn't get all my gel polish off. I didn't get to the nail salon because of this ridiculous, horrible cold weather and snow. We've had so much snow. And so I've been working at it, and I'll get there. I'll get it off. I thought it would come off faster. I was going to have it all done for today, but it didn't. Okay, so we got that much done. Let's go ahead and put down our pattern paper. We're going to go ahead and this is the, what's it called? Something, hang on. Something about hearts, because it coordinates with the stamp set. Most Adored. It's on page 9 of your celebration catalog. The number for it is, where is it? 162976, page 9, if you're interested in it. So one side of the paper is decorative, like, and matte, and then the other side has gold prints on it. We're going to use the hearts. This is just like the stamp. Let me grab the stamp. I didn't get my stamps mounted. I thought I did. So this is the stamp, and this is the same pattern as the stamp, just a little smaller. So we're going to go ahead and adhere that down. This piece of DSP is 4x4. When you put in your order, if you put in an order for $40 or more, you get all the supplies for 2 each of what I'm showing you today. If you order $50, you also get the an embellishment from me, plus all the supplies. Now this little strip, I think it's 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch by 4. We're just going to decorate the inside of our little gift card holder, and this is where the gift card will go. And then this piece is like 1 1/4, I think. 1 1/2 that goes over here. 1 1/2 by 4 on this side. And this is all Flirty Flamingo. I just think it's, whoops, that's not even straight. Now let's see if we can do a little better than that. All this paper is from that Most Adored 12 by 12 paper. And so then we have the inside of our card. So that's what we have so far. Now, let's go ahead and do some stamping here. Let me grab my stamp and some white scrap paper. And for this, we're going to use Pool Party ink. I'm sorry, if you're commenting and saying hello when you jump on, I don't see the comments coming up because my computer went to sleep. The other nice thing about this mat is you don't have to use a silicone piercing, this piercing mat, our piercing mats that we usually use for photopolymer. We don't really need it because this has cushioning. This is about, I don't know, 1/4 of an inch thick, maybe even a little bit more, maybe 3/8. So we stamped this beautiful heart in Pool Party. This stamp is probably my favorite one in the suite. But if you are making comments, I will come back and answer your comments, even if you're just saying hello, because I always do that. I just can't always see them during the live video. And if you're watching my page for the first time, I would like to invite you to follow my page and like it. If you're watching on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I go live on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 12:30 Central Time, and then I upload it to YouTube. Not everybody can watch live, I realize, during the day. And so I always upload it to YouTube so it's easy to find. And on YouTube, you need to look for Joey Hartman Stampin' Up to find me. If you put Create with Joey, it doesn't always show up. It is incorporated into my settings on YouTube, but for some reason it just doesn't always show up. So look for Joey Hartman, Stampin' Up, and I'll pop up. And then you can subscribe there so that you don't miss any videos in the future. So I'm just fussy cutting this, obviously, this sweet little heart. I got the idea for this out of the Stampin' Up catalog, the new mini catalog. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Now we're going to use some of the other dies from this bundle that I've already die cut. Have I die cut all of them? Let's see. I need 2 of those and 2 of those. Yes. Okay. So we're good. So this has a lot of little dies that go in it. So I'm using these 2 are the same. So you can run those through both at the same time. And then these 2 are the same. These little leaves. So you can do the same with those. Then it has these 4 hearts you can cut out together. And then these 3 that you can cut out together. And this is the banner for the greeting. Okay, so let's go ahead and build this. I'm going to put this Pool Party little branch, for lack of a better word, we're going to call it a branch. On the bottom stem, I'm going to put on a mini glue dot, kind of like so. And then, and this one too, just fold that back. Hopefully I'm in the picture so you can see this. I feel like it's just so dark. I'm sorry about that, you guys. I'm going to try and figure this out of how to not make it quite so dark, but not glare. That's the key. Okay, now I'm going to take these off and I'm just going to connect the stems on my Lost Lagoon one. So this is Lost Lagoon, and I'm just going to kind of take that mini glue dot and put it together like so. I'm just going to set it here on my glass mat. It's not going to stick to the paper, which is so nice. And then my second one as well. So we'll stick this same way, just connect them at the stems or close to the stems like so. Then I'm going to put both of them together on a mini glue dot. So I'm just going to stick right there and then right here, and that's going to hold them together at the base. I don't have any other adhesives on these, and I'm not going to put any other adhesives on these. So for this card, I'm going to use, let's see, that side or this side. That side. I think I'll use this side. And I'm just going to stick these up here on my heart with that mini glue dot, so you can see what I'm doing. And then the same with these guys. Whoops, there we go. And trying to stay in the picture. And then we're just going to go like down here with these guys. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to take our dimensionals. Got new dimensionals here today. What is it about opening a new pack of dimensionals? Just pretty fun. Let's put 3 on here. There we go. And let's just go ahead and center this on our heart like so. And then I think before we put that on our card, let's do our greeting. So we are going to use To My Valentine. Again, I'm sorry I didn't have these mounted. I thought I did. I'm preparing for my all-day Valentine stamp camp on Saturday. So I've been really focused on that. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to stamp this greeting and pool party. I know these aren't really traditional Valentine colors, but I thought they were so pretty together. Just gonna make sure this is inked really well. Then I'm gonna get my greeting strip out here and line it up with the grid paper, not paper, grid on the glass mat. And I'm just kind of looking at the lines on the mat to make sure I'm pretty straight, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. I could have gone down a little bit, but we're gonna go with that. It's okay. If I were not on Facebook Live, I might turn it over and do the other side, but we're gonna just call that good. And then let's get the strip on, and we're gonna put the strip maybe about maybe an inch or so. I'm lining up my card again on the grid paper and lining it up just by, I'm trying to kind of look to the sides to see if that's lined up. Then we'll go ahead and put this sweet little Valentine here. Let's use dimensionals for that again. And I'm just I'm feeling with my fingers where the other dimensionals are so that I don't get one on top of each other for mailing purposes. I just don't want it to be any more bulky than it has to be. So we'll just put this sweet little Valentine right here. I just think this turned out so pretty, even though it is non-traditional Valentine. And I have all these hearts. Look at all these hearts I have to use on other projects. That's what I just love about this embossing folder. Okay, let's put those aside though, and let's stamp a greeting on the inside. So we are going to stamp You Are Most Loved. So I'm going to line this up again on my grid here. I just need my stamps to be square on my glass box. I just feel like it helps me stamp straighter. So I'll just lining everything up, and then we're going to go back to Pool Party for the inside greeting. Just ink this up well. And then line this up again. See, am I in the picture? I guess I am. And try to be straight. You are most loved. Then let's go ahead and put, I had another heart here. Well, I had a blue one, but we'll go ahead and use a pink one here on the inside, like so. And I'm not going to use, well, maybe that's better. Is that better? No, we'll use that one. I'm not going to use a dimensional because I don't want it to be any bulkier on the inside. So there's the inside. Let's put a little bling on. Oh, there's my other one. Well, I'll have that for another card. I did all this with the pool party. Same thing, the same way I showed you at the beginning with the Flirty Flamingo. I used the pool party. And let's put some bling on this. So I'm using the Baker's Twine 3-color pack, and I'm using the Flirty Flamingo twine from this. And I'm going to go ahead and just make a bow. And, well, that's not a very good one. Let's try that again. This twine really doesn't twist like most twine does, but right there I got a twist in it. I don't know if you can hear my puppy whining. His name's Teddy, and he's fussing, so hopefully he'll go to sleep until we get to the end of the video. I don't know. He's pretty content in his crate, but right now he doesn't want to be in it. I'm going to go ahead and put a mini glue dot on this bow. And let's put this little bow right up here for our heart. And then I'm going to use a new embellishment from the new mini catalog. These are called iridescent foil gems. And they kind of have gold in them. I feel like they have gold. But they are sparkly, and maybe you can, I don't know if you can see the iridescence in them in the camera. Give my camera a chance to focus. There's better. They're really pretty in person. I'm just gonna get these going. I think we'll just really bling this up with 5 instead of just 2 or 3. Sometimes, usually I use 3. Go in 3s or 5s. And we need one more. Let's put one. Let's put one right on the heart, but not in the middle. That's too predictable. Okay, so there's our card number 1, our gift card holder. This is a really easy one. I'm just thinking towards Valentine's Day, if I give a gift, it's usually a gift card holder. So our gift card would fit in here like so, and there's our finished card. So there's card number 1. Now on this card, now I used the opposite side of the heart on my sample so you can see both ways. Let me put it this way and see if you can see everything. Oops, not quite. There we go. Okay. There's card number 1, our gift card holder. Now, we're going to use the embossing machine one more time with that embossing folder so that I can show you doing it just plain without inking it. Let me go grab everything again. We're going to take this again, and then I'll put these out of the way for now. I'll bring them back later, and then we'll get the machine and the embossing folder. Now, one thing I didn't do was to wipe up my mat. So I'm going to grab my chamois, my cleaning chamois. And I know this is going to be really close to the camera. I'm just grabbing my chamois and just giving this a good wipe. You can wipe it with anything, but I always have this handy and it works really well. So now I'm going to go ahead and, like I showed you the first time, I know this is really close, but on the side with the Stampin' Up! Logo, I'm going to put down my die until it kind of slides into place and stops moving. I'm going to stick that down for a second. Then I'm going to put my paper on. This is a 5.5 by 5.5 piece of real red. Close it. Trying not to move it. Getting out my plate number 1. Then my embossing folder goes in with the folded edge first. Then my plate number 4. And now let's go ahead and emboss and cut all at the same time. As I said, I think this is really the true beauty of this bundle. The stamps are beautiful, and this embossing folder is just the cat's meow, so to speak. Okay, so see, and this could make a frame for a home decor item too. Probably I would use red for mine. I've been thinking about how to make this into a framed artwork with some hearts and something cute for Valentine's Day. I just haven't done it yet, but when I do it, I'll show it to you. I'll post it on my page, my Create with Joey page. So, and maybe I'll send it through email. If you're not on my email list, I send a free tutorial every week to my email subscribers that only is exclusive to my email subscribers. So if you'd like to be on that, I'll put a link in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, I'll go ahead and also put, I should have said that differently. On YouTube, I'll put a link in the video description below. And sorry, I finally saw your comments come up. Hi Liz, Carol, Beth, Kathy, Carol. Thanks so much for joining me today. I was late today, so thanks for sticking in there and coming on and being with me today. Anyway, I think I was talking about my link to my email subscribers. I'm going to just pull that up real quick on my notes and put that in the comments. So if you're watching on Facebook Live, you can get the link. I'll go ahead and just post that quickly, and then we'll get this card finished up. Here we go. Okay, there's the link if you want to subscribe to my newsletter. Okay, let's go ahead. Now this is, the only thing about this gift card holder, this is also a gift card holder. We're doing all gift card holders today, is you use a 5.5 strip by, now you can have it be 11. I did mine at 10 3/4, and again, I'm sorry you're not in the picture there. I will do my camera a little bit differently. Next time I'm going to have it up higher so you can see more of my workspace. But that's 11 3/4, 10 3/4 by 5.5, and I scored it at 8.5. So that's your basic piece. This is kind of a surprise gift card holder. I'll go ahead and make the surprise part so you see how that works. So this is a piece of white that's 4 by 4. Oh, I better look at that. 4 by 4 and a 4. Yep, that was right. 4 by 4.5. And I scored it at 3/8, I think. This 4-inch side gets scored at 3/8. And then you just want to crease your little fold there. And then I gotta think a minute. This goes, sorry, I had it backwards. I thought that's not right. So we're gonna put this edge right at the score line, because this part's gonna pull up when the card opens to reveal the gift card. So it's kind of like a surprise. So I'm gonna just go ahead and lightly, very lightly ink this side. And then I'm lining this up. Gosh, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to put it up a bit. I'm lining up this edge with the score line. So, and I'm looking right to left to make sure I have it even, like so. And what's going to happen is this is going to come up when you open the card. So when I close it, it's like normal, but when you open the card, it's going to reveal the gift card coming up from the inside. So the other thing we want to do is we want to just glue the very outsides of this bottom flap right on the outside. Just make sure it's right on the outside because you don't want it to catch this white piece. So I'm folding up and holding down like so. Just want to make sure that, I want to make sure my white piece is still moving freely, which it is. So if you get your glue just to the very outside, you'll be okay with that. You could also use Stampin' Seal Plus would be good for this. Okay, so that part's made. Now let's make the front of our card. I'm going to grab one of these gorgeous stamps. Let's do the rose. Sorry, I had to grab a block. Okay, so there we go. Now I'm going to take Gorgeous Grape and we're going to just do background stamping. I've been doing this. I know my projects for the past few weeks have been this. Oh, wait a minute, not Gorgeous Grape. I want Highland Heather. Sorry, wow, that's loud, isn't it, with the glass mat. Sorry about that. And then I dropped my die, but I don't think we need it anymore for today. I'm going to just clean this off with Gorgeous Grape and grab Highland Heather. We just want it one shade darker, not 2 shades darker. And I just, gosh, sorry you guys, that is loud. Again, this glass mat's made for crafting, not for videoing. I'll make sure I've got ink everywhere. And then I'm just gonna do roses in the background. I know my puppy's really whining. He will settle down and calm down shortly. He's okay. He just wants to be out with the people. And I'm gonna stamp down here. And then, let's see, let's go maybe like so here. I got this idea from the back of the mini catalog. This is a Stampin' Up! Example. Part of it. I changed it up quite a bit, but there we go. Let's do a little bit here. And maybe even here. Okay, so there's our background. Okay, so that's just our easy background. I know I've done this the past few weeks. I guess I'm on a roll with it. I just like the way it looks, and it's so easy to make a background with just one of your stamps rather than using up your designer series paper or taking the time to do an embossing folder. Okay, so we're going to take this and then let's go ahead and put this on our card for now. This is Fresh Freesia, if I didn't say that. This is Fresh Freesia cardstock. And again, that was Highland Heather ink, not Gorgeous Grape. Put this on. It is cold. One of you mentioned in the comments that you hope we stay warm. We're trying to stay warm. You should see me getting dressed to take out the dog. I have always a hoodie sweatshirt on. And so I put the hood up and then I get my warmest, I have my warmest coat down here. Like so. This is just a piece of, what is this called? It's in the annual catalog. It's a set of 3 patterns of vellum. Let me get this out. Just quick show you where it is. and what the name of it is. But when you put in an order for $40 or more, you'll get the PDF tutorial for these, so you don't have to look everything up. So it's Vellum Basics, and there's 3 colors. Vellum Basics 12 by 12 Specialty. It's on page 133 of your annual catalog. So that's just a 1 3/4, I think, inch strip of that. Then I have already die cut pretty much everything for this card, so let's go ahead and put this card together. I'm going to crease this down just a little bit more so it stays a little bit better. And then we're going to do what we did before with all these little bits. So this time I used the Highland Heather glimmer paper from the 3-color glimmer paper. The 3 colors are Petal Pink, Highland Heather, and what's the other one? Pretty Peacock. Okay, so building these little sprigs, this time I'm going to put the sparkly one on top. Of course, we want to see the sparkles. So I'm going to put my sparkly one on a mini glue dot, and we have the top and the bottom one are the same, so we're going to do the same that way. And then we're going to go ahead and put these on the same ones that I put. This is Gorgeous Grape. And I'm going to put the darker one just kind of right in back of it like so. And then let's do both of those. So this one and then in back like this one. I did this combination of purple and red. I don't know, it just caught my eye when I was thinking about making this card. Now we need our little sprigs. My piano teacher when I was growing up, I majored in music in college. I taught singing to high school students for 30-some years. I grew up playing the piano, and my piano teacher's living room was purple and red. I know, but she was so classy, and it was so, so pretty. I'm just sticking in here now these other little sprigs. Just sticking everything together with a mini glue dot. And again, I can drop them on my mat because they're not going to stick to my mat like they would to paper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this one. Let me see here. This one, I kind of have to look at how it's going to be on the card. And this is going to be, oops, I have to do this one differently. So pull that apart. I want to go like this, go the opposite direction of the one that's going to go on top. And then this one just fits right in here as well. So that's how you kind of stack these little bits like so. Then put the whole thing on a mini glue dot, or more than one. I'm just going to use one for time's sake. And then they're ready to stick to the back of our hearts, which we're not going to do quite yet. Okay. Now our 3 hearts of all the ones that we cut with the embossing folder and the dies. So I'm going to use, I think, all hearts, since we are making this a Valentine card. We're making all Valentines today, even though this set doesn't really have to be Valentines. So I'm going to arrange my hearts kind of like this on the card. So I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I'm going to put the dimensionals like right on the edges of the curves of those 2 hearts. And if you're new to me, welcome. My name is Joey. I'm so glad you're here. I've been stamping for over 20 years. I've been a demonstrator for over 20 years. And I'm happy you're here. I hope you're learning something and getting some joy from it. If you've got some ideas for what I'm showing today, I would love for you to put that in the comments. Or let me know what you're doing with your stamping and your Valentines. If you're making Valentine's, if you're watching, are you making Valentine's? I would love it. You can post on my Create with Joey page. I would love to see what you're making. Oh, I've already got the glue dots. We already did that. So now we're going to stick these. We're going to kind of fill in back here where the hearts kind of leave little openings, but we want everything to show. So I'm going to arrange it so that all that pretty stuff shows like so. And then all we have to do is get our dimensionals on the back of this. And we can stick it down to our card. Like so. I think the purple, I think the fresh fuchsia and the red is really pretty. What do you think about the color combination? You can say, I'm not a fan of that. I'm okay with that if you don't like it. Just let me know what you think. All right, then we'll do our greeting. Now, the die I showed you, it just cuts out. Because it's, well, okay, let's think of my words. This just cuts out the banner without stamping it first and then lining it up. So what we have to do is we just have to stamp it and, oops, that's not very big. Let's go with a smaller block. And again, I just have to line it up square. I can't, I don't think I can get it straight if I don't. Now we are going to take Gorgeous Grape and get the darkest color of our purples and stamp our greeting. And as you can see, the stamp follows the curve of the die. So I should be okay. Yep, there we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. Then we've got that. See, and for this, I'm going to just put some mini dimensionals on the ends of this little banner, like so. For the front. Then we have a little bit more to do for the inside. So this is just going to go on these two hearts, kind of like so, like that. Am I in the video? Might not even be in the video. You probably can't even see what I'm doing. Hopefully you are. Hopefully you are seeing it. I am looking at my iPad and I can see that I've got squared up a little bit better for you. So we got that. Now the inside of this, we have, hang on, I'm trying to grab it. We have two things for the inside. So we're going to go ahead and put some of the Most Adored paper. Now that's the celebration item. So with every $50 purchase, you can get a celebration item, plus I'm going to send you the whole class of everything I'm making today, all the supplies for it. There won't be inked. I can't send stamped images, but you'll have all the supplies you need. So you will need the Adoring Hearts bundle or something you can substitute with. If you have something else you can substitute with, then that'll work great too. Okay, so the inside of this, we're going to put that same You Are Most Loved greeting. And we're going to put this in Gorgeous Grape. The front greeting is in Gorgeous Grape, so we're going to make this be Gorgeous Grape too. And lining up my label. This label is from Nested Essentials in the annual catalog. Trying to be straight here. And then we'll get this. I am going to use dimensionals here because it's not going to double up on what I have on the front, and I think it'll look nice raised, so we're going to do that. We could put another heart in here. Why don't we do that? I didn't do that on my first one, but look at all the hearts I have, so I can do that. Let's maybe put a cute little heart here. Might as well, because we have a bunch of them, like so. Okay, oh, that looks nice. Now, here's how this would work. You would go ahead and, well, I'll do it for you so you can see it. You're just going to put a mini glue dot on the back of your card. Just going to put it right on it, and then you're going to stick that in here. Kind of square it up. And I'm not going to stick it too hard because I'm going to use this for my other demonstrations. But so then when you open it, you have, it comes up. Makes sense? There's your card, and then it pulls up the gift card. Kind of cool. I think it's kind of a cool thing. Now I'm going to actually take this out because this is not the gift card I'm going to put in here. But now I have this for... This will probably be for Steve because it's very Valentine. Steve is my husband. Been married, will be married 31 years in April. Okay. Oh, we need some bling on this. We missed the bling. So these are the new gems called the Purple Fine Shimmer Gems. These are in the new mini. So these are in the mini catalog. Not seeing where to open it though. There we go. All right, let's use, let's see. Well, we could use any of these colors. I'm going to actually use the dark ones. These are Berry Burst, but I think, well, I'm going to go with the light purple. The Berry Burst, I think, isn't quite, it's a little too brown for what we're doing here. So let's just do the light purple. And let's do a bunch on this one too. Put one maybe here. And more bling up here. So this is an all-out fancy shimmery Valentine card. There you go. It's a gift card holder though. So it has a little bit more than just the card, although the card alone would be fine if you just make this like normal. Like so. There's our card number 2. So what do you think of this one? Would you make a gift card holder like this that would pop up? This is pretty easy. It's an easy mechanism to use. Okay, there's that one. Now the last one. Some of you, if you've been stamping for a while, you're going to recognize what we're going to do with this last one. I need to, looks like... die cut. No, I guess I've got it all done. Just getting out all my bits here to make our last one. But as I said, if you've been stamping a while, you're going to recognize this. So this paper is from the, what's the name of it? Let me grab the book. Well, I can't see where I put my catalog. Oh, here it is. This is from that same heart paper. Why can I never remember the name of it? No, it's not. That's why I was thinking I need to look. This one is from the Sunny Days paper. This is also a free option with your $50 purchase. It's on page 5 of your mini catalog. It's 162974 if you want the number. And I've been using this one a lot lately. It's just really fun paper for pretty much any occasion. Okay, we're going to go back and use our rose stamp again. Let's grab that. And I'll make sure I cleaned it off because I'm not 100% sure I did. Let me grab my cleaning mat. I know my chamois looks really bad. It looks like I don't clean it, but I do rinse it out every time I use it. But because it absorbs ink, which makes it so perfect for stamping, then it, you know, it absorbs it, so it stays on the ink pad. Now I'm just taking my rose again. And again, this is a Nested Essentials dies. And again, I'm going to square this up. I don't need my piercing mat for my photopolymer. I can just use my glass mat. And we're stamping a Poppy Parade rose. Like so. The artwork on this is just so pretty. I haven't watercolored it yet, but I think it's will be beautiful watercolored. Or you could color with your blends markers too. Okay, so we got that. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make a gift card holder out of just a plain medium envelope. So I know some of you have seen this before. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to fold it in half like so. And I'm going to crease it really, really well. Like so. Then I'm going to take my scissors. And I'm going to take my bigger scissors here for this just because I like the way it works on places like this where I have to really line it up. So I'm going to line it up and cut this. Now, if I wanted to, so I'm going to stick, this is the side my gift card's going to be in, so I'm just going to put this in, like so. Now, if I wanted to put another gift card in, I could just do this side too, like so. But, because then I have this up here, but this side, I'm going to actually cover up with pattern paper. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this side down. Like so. Who's done this before? Who remembers this? It's watching the video. Anybody? Or is this new to you? If it's new to you, that's even better yet. Because this is so easy. This pattern paper is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. And again, if you put in an order, you'll get the PDF. So you have all the measurements. Okay, so I'm just going to make that decorative. Then I'm also going to put a heart in there. One of the other things I did when I cut up all these hearts, I guess I told you I kept them, but I did just do some white ones too. Because this isn't so Valentine-ish. This could be a birthday. So I'm just going to put one of these cute little white hearts in here. It's so fun to have this whole collection of hearts. Honestly, it's been really fun creating over the past few days, but just having so many to choose from. Okay, there's that. And then we're going to go ahead and let's decorate the front of the, let's put our greeting in here. So the inside of this is going to say, celebrating you. Just switch out my blocks here for a minute. Take this one off. When you're taking your photopolymer stamps off, I try to keep my fingers under them and not pull so that a weak place like this might possibly tear. I mean, I've seen it happen one time, so it's not something that's common, but I still think about it when I'm changing my stamps and taking off my stamps from my blocks. So I'm going to just go ahead again and kind of straighten this up, get it on my block. And then we're just going to stamp celebrating. You have to remember what color I used. I used Poppy Parade. Just going to go ahead and use that again. And that's going to be on the inside. Now you could, if you left this other side open, you could also put in candy with it too. So like if it's big enough for a Ghirardelli square. I had one out here. I'm not seeing it right now. But so if I didn't put this in, you could put even a piece of candy and your gift card in this side too. So this just goes like this and fits down in it. So there's your basic idea of your gift card holder. Then let's go ahead and decorate the front. So this piece of pattern paper is the same size as that one on the inside. So it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Let's just grab our Stampin' Seal adhesive, tape runner, and these beautiful poppies. I think this paper is so pretty. This paper. It's so versatile. All right, this is really simple. Now we're going to go ahead and close this up with a ribbon. So I'm going to grab, which I don't have sitting here, so hang on. Here it is. Or I could use Poppy Parade. This is also a celebration item, this ribbon. If you like gathered ribbon, this is just so pretty. I've almost used, that's the second roll I'm on. I'm almost used all of that second roll. I'm ready to get another one. Now, as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, we still have to put in our orders of $50 in order to get celebration, but we get it at 20 to 25% off. 25% is with an extra title that you earn, but otherwise you get 20%. Most of my team has earned 25%. It's really easy to do to get to that. So there's our little ruffled bow. And I'm going to move that way to the right because I want room for my poppy thing. So I'm going to go ahead and trim this a little bit. It makes such a beautiful bow. So I'll be getting more of this ribbon. Back to the cold. I know we've talked about the cold on and off. Today I'm wearing the sweater that Stampin' Up! Gave us when we earned the Norway trip. It's 100% wool sweater. I haven't even worn it yet. Well, no, I haven't worn it yet. I wore it this year. I wore it once last year too on a really cold day. But it's so warm and so nice. And so those of you that helped me to earn the trip, I'm, again, so grateful for you. It was a beautiful, beautiful trip. Lots of memories. A part of the world I probably never, ever would have seen if I hadn't gone with Stampin' Up! But I'm wearing that sweater today because it's the warmest sweater I have. Alrighty, so we're going to take, I already die cut the label. This is what we're making. And I'm going to go ahead and just use Poppy Parade ink. If I can actually see my Poppy Parade ink here. I don't know why I use something. I have all my stamp pads. I have them all stacked up here, and it should be right here. And of course it isn't. So let's switch gears, and we're going to go with Tone on Tone Pool Party. And Pool Party on Pool Party. Let's hope I got that inked up well enough to read it. Yeah, I did. So I think that works okay too. We'll go with that. And then let's take our mini dimensionals again. And for this, I kind of want the mini dimensionals to be, this is going to go like this. So I might put these on the very ends of my label here in order to avoid not doubling up on dimensionals right there on my rose. I can't wait to color this rose. It's just so gorgeous. My mom had roses when I was growing up, and it always makes me think of her to see a beautiful rose stamp. So there we go with that. Let's go ahead and go back to our iridescent gold, iridescent foil gems and put some of those on here. Make it a little blingy. So this I'm intending to be a birthday card. So it says celebrating you on the inside. I mean a birthday gift card holder. Not necessarily Valentine's. So these stamps are just super versatile. They can be Valentine's, but they don't have to be. This one, we're going to call this birthday. There's that one. And then here's our second one that we made. And here's our first one. As you always know, I'm going to ask, oops, that shouldn't show. We don't want that to show. Let's go ahead and move that a little bit more to the interior. There we go, of our card. So that's what that should look like. There's those three. So what's your favorite? The let's call them colors. Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, or Poppy Parade. So put in your comments what your favorite one is. And again, thanks so much for watching today. And just as a reminder, you will get this class, you'll get enough to make all these projects, 2 of everything, if you use a host code, this host code, by Sunday night, the 21st. So it's only good for now through Sunday, so just make sure you don't delay. If you have any questions about it, let me know. I'm going to bring the camera up so I can see you, and then I'm going to look at the questions. So if you put questions in, I'm going to look right now at my laptop to see if there were any questions, if I missed anything. My laptop just doesn't say live. So let me click on the comments and see if there's any questions. Oh, okay. Judy likes the Flirty Flamingo the best. Kathy likes the Highland Heather. Kathy likes this one the best. Liz likes the Flirty Flamingo. I know, Liz, doesn't this group make it hard? Yes, we're still here. You're still, and Judy and Debbie shared. Debbie, Glenda, it's okay to be late. You're never late. I'm happy you joined us. And Judy's making lots of comments. Thanks for commenting, everybody. Liz says she loves our dimensionals and mini glue dots. Me too, Liz. I stock up on them. They're a staple. I can't possibly even craft without them. Kathy, you said I make fussy cutting easy. Kathy, I don't fussy cut very much. I don't really like the fussy cut, but that heart, it really wasn't hard. And you saw how it didn't take me very much time. So I would encourage you can do it. Okay. And Liz, you like learning about the embossing folder and dies. You're welcome. I just think sometimes you just have to see it in action. It's hard to imagine what it really does without actually seeing it. So I didn't want you to miss this. It's just a really beautiful bundle. The stamps and the dies are fabulous. And I've enjoyed it more than I expected to. I thought I would like it and use it, but I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to make more things with it. And like Kathy says, you can use the background leftovers for another project. Thanks so much for joining me today. I so appreciate you taking the time. I know your time is precious, and I appreciate that you spend time with me. Okay, so one more comment. Kathy Vaverka says she can't believe it's nearly 3 p.m. and she's still in her PJs in the freezing cold weather. You know, I love to spend my day in my PJs. And thanks for the hearts. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you for the hearts. Let me just say thanks again. My helper just came in, and we're going to get busy finishing up for Saturday's Valentine's Stamp Camp. Thanks again, everybody. See you next Wednesday at 12:30. Bye.